What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your weekend astrology forecast for the weekend of June 15th and the 16th of 2024. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Sterling and I both appreciate you for watching and being here so much. Hope you had a great week, and I hope you're ready for this weekend. Let's take a look at the astrology for this weekend. We also shout out June 15th. Happy birthday, Mike Stokes. I don't think he watches my horoscopes, but he's one of my best friends in the whole world, one of my favorite Geminis in the whole world. Funniest dude I've ever met in my life. One of my trading buddies. Just a real brother, and I love you, Mike. So happy birthday. I'll definitely be reaching out to you. Sterling says happy birthday, of course. So that's one. There's actually another birthday this weekend too. We'll get to that tomorrow. But all my Geminis are having those birthdays today. So, finishing up in Gemini season, we're definitely seeing Venus finish its last two final days in the sign of Gemini too, and it's going to be squaring over to Neptune. So, I mean, it's a little fantastical when it comes to our relationships, the people in our life, certain things that deal with money, maybe ideals about money, maybe visions about how we're making it, how we're like there's a lot of it's fantastical, and that's beautiful. And I think that there's something to be said about the imagination for all things right now. We just don't want to get caught up too much in what is only an outlook into the future, a fantasy, whatever it might be right now, because there is we run the risk of going into next week and being very disillusioned, right? So remember this weekend, especially with the moon in Libra and heavy Venus Neptune aspects with the square and even moon south node, is that we can get way too lost at times in certain relationship aspects. I mean, look, fantasies, imagination, it's beautiful, but if it starts leading into over expectations, um, you know really, it is that it's like an over expectation or ideal that somebody or something is gonna really be the one to up the quality of your life. We do need to kind of put ourselves in check a little bit. Remember to pay attention to ourselves here. We do have a really nice, aspects to Chiron with this energy over here. Mercury's out in front of the sun. I think when we're realizing how strong we are and using our power to move forward and identifying with ourselves, that we are, having a lot of big aha moments. We're also being able to express ourselves better and just fuel our fire and not get too lost. I will say too, like Neptune and Venus are an interesting just square in general, because we're really like that's like Neptune's like the higher octave of Venus in many ways. And there's almost like unconditional love that comes with Venus and Neptune. So yeah. So remember not to expect, right? If you love somebody, if you love something, if you're having a great, vision or fantasy about something or someone or money too, especially with Venus, like finances, money, things we're creating, our own self-worth, it's important to one, unconditionally love yourself and unconditionally love the people you love, and do not expect them, because expectations can be high and we can be using it to fuel some kind of a stimulation or creative endeavor. And I will say too, this aspect is outstanding for artists, creatives. This weekend can be extremely creative. Even Libra holds that like art, aesthetic. This could definitely be a powerful, potent time of imagining how beautiful things can be if we stay on our game, assertive, move forward for ourselves, relate to like-minded energy, express. All of these different, avenues are definitely outstanding. But we could get caught up, especially moon south node. So Saturday is like a really like you got to be a little bit careful of how much we're expecting something from someone else, and not put our whole identification of ourselves or our whole value system in the hands of another person. You are the holder of your values. You are the holder of your worth, of yourself, and that's all super positive if you're able to do that, but also find balance, relate, be creative, co-create, all these things that I've been, especially yesterday I was talking about that because it came up big. We can almost get lost in it a little bit coming into Saturday. So we just want to be mindful of that and not forget about ourselves, our own needs, our own self-worth, and realize that it is not connected to what someone else does or does not do, or how someone feels or does not feel. We got to really center and balance ourselves in ourselves. And again, it's super creative. You could definitely find a lot of things to do with this energy right now coming to the end of Gemini. Like there's like ideas can be coming up. We could be very, jumping around a little bit. Like it's kind of fun in that aspect. And I mean, I'm telling you, like it could actually feel like intoxicatingly good this weekend, in my opinion, because Neptune's just numbing everything at the same time here, especially with the way we feel about ourselves, certain things, and others. Like super intoxicating, and sometimes that intoxication wears off, and if it does wear off going into next week, it's just a very good reminder that we gotta not lose ourselves in the intoxication of money, certain things, or people, um, and even like our own creative endeavors and pursuits, and what we're envisioning and imagining. Gotta reel it back into the now moment too. But super kind of cool energy for bouncing around creatively and kind of being open and free, to just see beauty and to express beauty and to show love and to show beauty, and could be really, really cool Saturday for aspects of that nature. As we look at Sunday, it's the final day of Venus going to be in Gemini. I believe it's 11:50 p.m. On the West Coast that Venus will make its ingress into Cancer. So I'll really talk about that tomorrow on Monday's horoscope, or if you're watching this Saturday on Monday's horoscope. But it is the intensity of the exact square coming into that ingress, and it's already at that 29th degree. They're both at the 29th. So the intoxication, the illusion of a lot of different things regarding our self-worth, and especially relationships with the moon still in Libra, is as high as it could possibly be. And again, beautiful things can happen in those moments, but to expect maybe, like if something amazing and beautiful happens this weekend and it just feels like a fairy tale and blows your mind, that's when you have to know that it's a moment, right? It's a moment to not expect these things. If, say, you're single and you go on an amazing date this weekend, right? Don't expect every date or every encounter with that person or with that thing to provide you with the hit that you're going to get, possibly this weekend, because the hit can be extremely potent, and it can feel so good. So we want to be aware of that. But there's also, we're talking Mercury now in the mix, squaring Neptune, especially this weekend. There's extreme trickster energy out there too. So we want to be aware too that like not everything is how it seems. Not every truth is the truth. You could definitely experience lies being told. And that's why I'm saying like this fairy tale, it could be just like built up on something that has no actual fact to it. And it could be people trying to bolster their story, get you to creatively imagine them in a different light than maybe what the truth is. And that's not going to be everybody, and we won't know until time goes on. But things that I want to, say it's worth being aware of, because the mind with Mercury squaring Neptune here is absolutely lost in space. And it can dream up and fantasize all these different things, but it's not seeing what's right in front of it. It's not seeing super clearly at the moment, even though it wants to so badly in its home sign of Gemini, but Neptune's also in its home sign. So this square between Mercury and Neptune Sunday into Monday is definitely next level, mind effing, in a lot of ways, and mind numbing, and kind of, making irrational decisions is absolutely something that could come up. But I'm telling you right now, in the moment, it's going to seem like the best possible thing you could be doing at the moment. So trying to stay aware of the possibility that we could be duped at any corner from anything is just part of the game. And like, again, it's being okay with believing a facade and then seeing the truth. Because right now, you'd have to be, like hyper aware and have such a good read on somebody to know potentially if what's being said is true or false. So things to keep in mind. Also, June 16th, just remembered, happy birthday, Blossom. I love you too. She is one of my favorite pours of the hippie beer at Elixart. It's where I get my teas and herbs, and she's been a great friend since I've known her, and I just I love her to death too, and I hope she has an amazing birthday. I know I saw her a couple times over the last week, and like she was just such a vibe for her birthday week, and it made me super happy, of course, to see her in that state because that's when she is the funnest Gemini out there. So happy birthday, Blossom. Again, I don't think they watch this, but I want to give my appreciation to my two friends for sure on their birthday. In case they do watch it, they know I appreciate and think about them. But I'm going to go to her party also, so I'll see her. Um, yeah. So anyways, a lot of relationship aspects are in the air. The moon is going to quincunx Uranus, just adding to the unpredictability. And I did not. I promise I won't do them without you. Thanks, buddy. Just adding to the sort of instability that could be a part of the story, part of the magic, and like I think the more again we can go with the flow and kind of roll with different punches, I think it's okay to try things and things can sound good at first. I don't think we need to question everything. We can get really like, especially maybe after hearing this message, you can be really like questioning and weighing out all these different things. Is this true? Is this false? And that puts us in a super limbo here with the moon in Libra. So like I would advise everybody like just to know there's a possibility for it, but to just Aries it. Just do things impulsively. Like, does it feel right in the moment? What's your impulse? Go into it because there's probably a reason, to go into it. Whether it's to uncover a truth later on that wasn't, told in the moment or whatever it was, like your impulse will lead you in the right direction right now. And it doesn't have to be, scary or anything. It could be weird. Trust me, the quincunx to Uranus can definitely make it a little weird, but that could be part of the excitement, part of the adventure, and kind of what makes it a fun weekend too, because it has like a lot of like beautiful energy. Almost, that's the thing. It's like super rose-colored glasses. Like there's a lot of really beautiful energy right now that we just want to be aware of and not caught off guard by, because it probably just won't be. It's not a forever thing. So enjoy the beauty, enjoy the aesthetic of life, enjoy whatever might be showing up, because there could be a facade to many things right now. It could have to do with a lot of different things. Maybe not just relationships. Maybe it's money. Maybe it's a car with Mercury. Maybe it's a lot of different things. Maybe it's just our mind. Maybe it's just our own, different stories that we're creating about certain things. Be in the moment. Try your best to enjoy yourself, but know that there is heavy trickster energy this weekend, and not everything's what it seems, and that's okay. That's life. We get, that's how we learn things. We get duped all the time. I know I do. I don't know anybody that's never gotten duped by something in their life. So that's just my 2 cents on the matter. But then also the moon on Sunday, and I'll clear this up, is definitely adding positivity by making a really nice trine over to the sun, over to Mercury, and then finishing off Sunday with a really nice trine over to Venus. So like, what I'm saying is this is energy that wants to really understand the good time and the excitement and the expression, and especially in dealing with others. And we should follow your impulse. If it leads you there, go for it. Don't beat yourself up if it's not maybe what you thought, or if someone wasn't truthful. Like, that's just all it is. The moon's going to come into Scorpio, and I'll tell you, like, next week, I don't feel like the facade lasts that long. It's kind of like the deep truth of everything's probably going to come out, and it is what it is, right? We'll deal with that when we get there. So that's my 2 cents on the matter, and yeah. Well, let's take a look at the tarot. Sterling! Your time has come. I'm excited for this weekend. Oh, happy Father's Day on the 16th, too. I almost forgot. I will be worshipped that day by Sterling, of course. Right? That's right. And to any other fathers, I know I have like 90% women who view this, so any other fathers that watch, shout out to you. Happy Father's Day. And to the women out there, if you got fathers in your life, I hope you love them up too. What do we got? Oh my God, the Ace of Wands. That is pretty happy. There's definitely something exciting coming this weekend. It can feel like a burst of energy, maybe. It can feel like something passionate gets sparked. Something's, taking flight here. Oh, go. Something's kind of taken off, getting handed our way, and I think being open to grabbing what's being handed to us and like running with it and finding the excitement and the enjoyment is all part of the magic and all part of some of the mystique that we could be going through right now, because there is a magic, there is an unconditional love, there is a lot of things that are popping. It's just the expectations are not going to help us very much, and we want to take things and run with it, but also not have expectations and not get too lost in the dream, to find some grounded just acceptance that anything could be a facade at any moment right now, and that doesn't mean we can't take something and run with it too. And yeah, it almost feels like it almost feels like we're destined to make a little mistake today, if you will, or this weekend, and like it's okay, like that's life. Um, so don't expect to be perfect either. I appreciate and love you all very much. I hope you have a beautiful weekend. I'll see you all Monday. Much love. Peace.